Let's get started. Hello everyone, I am Korean PH helper. Today we will begin sequence and decode part 2. Before we start, in the previous sessions we discussed what a sequence is. And we also talked about the order of operations. We explained the concept of our main routine program. Today we will discuss initial execution program. This program is executed only once when the PLC power change from off to on or from stop to run. It is mainly used for programs that only need to execution once, such as initialization processes in intelligent function modules and do not require execution in subsequent scans. Running it every scan would result in unnecessary operations, so programs that only need one-time execution should be designated as initial execution program. In the image below, these images, program A uses init and program B uses the scan method. Program A executes only once, and program B executes with every scan. Let's look at an example. Let's create a sequence program by setting main and to init and 100. Create a scan and parameter, page parameters program. Okay, main is insert main, execute type is initial, and 100 type is scan. Okay, in main we will write to M0 input and M1 output, and in 100 programs, okay, main and 100 programs, we will write to M1 input and M1 input and increase the 0. Compile and page parameters program. Okay, check. Start the simulator. And let's activate M1 in main. What do you think will happen? Alright, let's begin. As you can see, even if you turn on M1, even you can turn on M0 input, M1 output does not turn on. So this is because it is an initial type program, so it only executes once initiality and does not run main in subsequent scans. Okay, if the execution time of the initial execution program exceeds the initial execution detection time. Watchdog WDT, watchdog error where occurs. So include only essential components in the program. The initial execution detection time can be adjusted in the PLC parameters, PLC RAS tab. Okay, initial execution monitoring time, this, and watchdog setting. This one and this one. Lastly, initial execution program do not execute commands that require multiple scans, such as send and receive. This is natural since it only scans once. Next is the initial scan time. The initial scan time is the time taken for the init program to execute from step 0 to the end instruction. It is stored in special relays SD522 and SD523, where SD522 stores value in milliseconds and SD523 stores value in 0.0 milliseconds. For example, SD522 is 3 and SD523 is 400. The initial scan time is 3.4 milliseconds. Please note that this execution time must not exceed the initial execution detection time. Next is a scan execution program. The scan execution program runs after all initial execution programs have completed, following the end process, and then executes from the next scan onward. The scan execution program executes once per scan. If multiple scan execution programs are executed, the total time it takes for all scan programs to complete determines the scan execution program time. Scan execution type program A, B, C, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 2, and 0, 2, and this is all scan times. Let's look at the image diagram in the center. After the initial execution program scan, here is it, and scan execution program A, B, and C are executed from the second scan onward. Each program is scanned from step 0 to end, from A to C, forming the total scan time, which is then repeated. The following key point is critical when multiple scan execution programs are executed. They run sequentially from step 0 to end in the defined order. The scan order can be modified in the PLC parameters and program tabs. Next is the scan time, which is the total processing time for a scan execution program from step 0 to end. It is stored in special relays SD520 to 527, and their values having the following means. For example, if you want to know the maximum value, it can be read as follows. And SD526 is 10 and SD527 is 500. Okay, 5 to 6 is 10, and SD 5 to 7 is 500. In this case, the maximum scan time is 10.5 milliseconds. And scan time is categories 3, current value and minimum and maximums. Okay, next. The next section involves subroutines and interrupts, but it will be up for now and covered in more detail in our future sessions. This concludes part 2, and we will continue in part 3. Thank you for your hard work today.